Hello, my name is Erin Hinton, and this is for ECE 105. I am choosing to discuss the topic of poverty and how that relates to health issues in the early childhood education realm. That's a large umbrella, but it is the cause of a lot of different issues, starting with perhaps asthma and headaches. Those can be attributed to children that are living in substandard housing. You could perhaps have mold in your walls, windows, ceiling, and lead perhaps in the paint. And that can be attributed to maintenance not being done regularly for the family. Also, along with that, one of the major issues is food scarcity. If a family has lack of transportation or just doesn't have the funds to afford healthier foods, it's often the highly processed foods that are more cost effective. But those highly processed foods often include a lot of sugars, a lot of unnatural dyes, which can affect a child's concentration and focus levels. A child that is not getting that proper nutrition can often become anemic, which can make the child very tired and lethargic. And perhaps when they are doing the physical activities in school, that child gets worn out too quickly. They just don't have that proper nutrition to keep them fired up, and so that's going to stifle their large motor skill growth. Also, mental health is a huge part of all of this. Children can suffer from anxiety and depression stemming from things such as if one of their caregivers, maybe they lost their job, or they didn't lose their job but their hours were cut. Could include incarceration of a loved one, any type of major changes in that family household can lead that child into a sad state. Often parents have to choose between what bill to pay, and when that happens, maybe the internet goes out, and then that child doesn't have access to the internet and the computer to do their homework, so that puts them behind their peers. The Georgia poverty rate is actually higher than the national average. We hover around 20%, and the national average hovers around 17%. Along with that, one of the areas where Georgia is going up is the low birth weight. We were 9.9% in 2020, and that went up to 10.6 in 2021. That low birth rate is just part of the low care of service for maternal families in Georgia. I also would like to talk about briefly that nationwide, early educators, we are earning a lower wage than 98% of professionals out there. And that came from a study, a 2016 study that was titled The Economic Impact of the Early Care and Education Industry in Georgia. Another couple of my references, I got a lot of my information off of the CDC's website, and the Georgia Family Connection Partnership was a really great resource for me, and the Georgia Budget and Policy Institute gave me some really great insight. All of that ties into just thinking about poverty and its impact on learning. In a nutshell, it includes increased absences and frequent school switchings. When a child has all of this going on and they just don't feel good, it keeps them out of the classroom. And every day that they're out of that classroom is a day of lost learning. So it's important for us to try to think about ways that we can help end this in Georgia. Get out and volunteer. There's a lot of great agencies around. The Foster Support Care Agency is a really great one in Roswell. I volunteer there a few times a year. There's just a lot of things that we can do, and if everybody does a little bit, maybe we can help alleviate some of this, some of these problems that could be easily solved for children if we all just kind of band together. Thank you for your time.